get it. Let's get it. Let's go. I was thinking about putting this wig on, but I do not care. Yes. It's so like as soon as the message started, the video started, I'm hearing Sexy Red. Like I had to stop listening to her. No shade. Because I had stopped listening to her because of another, and I've never been like a he said she said person. I ain't never been a follower for real. Like I always had my own mind. I always made my own decisions. But because of one person, I stopped listening to her. But I'm hearing bow bow. I ain't lying though. You got one energy where somebody is lit, is turned up, get lit, party, have fun, good energy. Then you got another energy where it's like all right, I'm hearing like that Ice Spice song. Like you thought I was feeling you that much, but it's not like that. It's like remix. It's like you thought I was lying. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you it wasn't a hunch. Like I don't know. Like it's giving. It's giving. Like oh, you might be receiving something at this time. So what's the channel message again? Because all right. All right, so this channel message was supposed to be a Pisces 2D dream catcher, but it turned into a channel message overall. Sometimes things happen like that, you know. So this is going to be interesting. So I feel like it was something I was about to say before I got interrupted by that Sexy Red song. Like I don't know what Sexy Red has to do with anything. I'll keep that in mind for the SNR. I'll remember it. Yeah, the channel message reads, someone almost died trying to pretend they're you. All right, now I remember what I was about to say. Let's talk about it. So, before I even say, I took the cards out. What does that read? Freedom of religion, speech, and the press. You know what that is? That's the Bill of Rights First Amendment. Number 1, something is significant about first house in your birth chart. I've been doing birth charts. Come get your read or other services. Now, I'll say this. The birth charts I did, I know it's Monday, but like I'm just saying, like the previous 7 days, the birth charts I've been doing, there's been one placement very significant. Talk about it because tomorrow, if you do and are a part of American Heritage Society classes, you understand what Tuesday is all about. You understand what zodiac embodiment that day. I'm not going to get into it because I'm not giving y'all no more freebies. Join the class, ask questions, speak up. Because I'm not just going to be giving out all this free knowledge and people to be abusing and whatnot. God forbid. Thinking they really doing something. Don't even know how to read a birth chart. So now let me get into what I was about to talk about. One moment, please. I wasn't even going, like, in the previous message I just did, what was that? I was trying to talk about, I was trying to promote my book. But, like, this energy, look how I am compared to the other video. Look, I don't mind, you know, because I can go outside like this. I can go outside with a braid pattern on my head. I can go outside with a do-rag if I wanted to. I can go outside with a piece of tissue connected to my anus. And men will still want to talk to me. I will still look presentable, attractive. I still will not stink. I don't know who that's not funny. I don't know who that last message was for, but yo. I was trying to say. In the previous message I just did, trying to promote my book, and I said I was going to get back to y'all about this book another day. I couldn't even get into promoting it because this tarot reader, I'm going to say your name, Miss Little Vanity, right? Her energy kept coming into the message. And I was just like, yo, like, please do not let me, like, say nothing about her because, like, I really don't care. Something that's been going on, and it's so ironic. The reason this is because, like, literally on my own birthday. On my own birthday. Like, I'm supposed to be having a good time. Like, on my birthday, I had made plans. Just hear me out. There's a specific moral message to it. I had made plans. 2 plans. I had 2 events to do. I knew for 2 weeks prior to, somebody who'd been acting like an op to me went ahead and tried to make like plans on my birthday. That does that have any? No, but I knew the person maliciously did it. Well, let me not say maliciously. Like I knew the person did it for their own reasons and to celebrate themselves, and that's cool. And kudos to you on that. But I knew it was the person wanted a negative response from me, or wanted me to feel sad, or wanted me to feel some type of way because they were celebrating something that was supposed to be on the same day as me. But it's like, if I don't it don't make sense. So I made sure I made plans to do something to celebrate myself. And then on that same day, both plans got canceled. And I was just like, yo, what the heck? I felt like the person themselves, a little vanity right now. I'm just talking. I'm gonna let you know in a second. I felt like the person was trying to like in the spiritual, or they was wishing like, oh my gosh, I hope this person come. Oh my gosh, I hope this person knows like it's my event. They gonna have to come to my event because my like, and it's like, or they wanted to share in the spotlight. I don't know. Like let me not even assume, but like that's how I was feeling, and I already had a conversation with God about it. I was like, I don't really want to mesh energies with this person in particular because I feel like that would be unfair to me because I want to celebrate myself and I want to have a good time. But when all those when the plans I got canceled and I was even able to reschedule for a different day and get a refund. I was told that it was possible, so I'm just like, I'm not gonna make a big fret about it basically, and God was just like, God, like, if you don't take your butt over there to that event that person's trying to be with, because at the end of the day, beginning of the day, it's your day, and it don't matter who, what, when, where, if anybody's trying to be funny, I'm going to make sure you are taken care of. That's what God told me, and I went there, I had a great time. And the person knew it was my birthday, and they did not acknowledge me, and honest to God, that probably was a good thing. And it's ironic because of the war. It was so interesting because I had made plans the year before, the same day, the day before and the day after. So the day before, I had made plans, and I had a particular person. This same person that was with me on my previous birthday, ironically, was a different person. This person went out their way, like literally, went out their way to make sure I didn't do what I wanted to do for my birthday. Wanted to delay plans. Like that person was more forthcoming, like in the physical was more like visually showing me like, oh, like they didn't want me to do what I wanted to do on my day. This other person who had the event this year, they was more like secretively planning or wishing or whatever. So it was so ironic because the year before, the other person who didn't want me to enjoy my day, it was like literally going out their way, like to delay to what they thought was a delay. That I ended up coming into the environment of the person who did it this year. This was last year previously. And that person, I hope you can follow along because I'm not really trying to do A, B, C names and or say people like I'm not doing all that. So the person who threw the event this year was trying to be covertly manipulative, Previously last year, I ended up coming within their vicinity because I'm like, I can't do what I want to do. I'm gonna do something else. The person just happened to be there. That person, it was technically their birthday, so no shade. I'm a very polite person. I was dressed for my event and stuff like that because I wanted to bring in my stay on a good mood. I had plans already because I wanted to take pictures and do all this stuff. So like the day of my birthday, I can just post all the good, fun, love, and stuff. Whatever happened on that day was gonna happen on that day. Uh, Ironically, it was that person's day. So I was all dressed up. Mind you, this is a male I'm talking about. I'm a female. I was dressed up nice. So something about Leos. I was dressed up looking all pretty like I'm supposed to. Not forget the whole day. The whole month of my birthday. What are you talking about? Even if I got a scarf on my head. That blinging. Yep. Something about that D-Lo boss man. But anyway, the person was so upset because maybe it was possibly because of how I was dressed. This person didn't have no plans on their day. This person, I ain't seen nobody checking for them or nothing like that. And previously, the year before, I felt bad. This is when I didn't really know the person like that. I knew the person well enough to know, like, all right, people don't like this person like that. In fact, I seen nobody was really checking for them. I ain't really seen nobody, like, really showing that person love and stuff like that. People kept flocking to me and was like, oh my gosh, happy birthday. I'm like, it's not my birthday yet. Oh my gosh, happy birthday. Not my birthday yet. Meanwhile, the person who actually, it was like, they were just sitting there. They were just sitting there, like, unbeknownst, I didn't know the person was getting upset, but I just felt as though if it was me, I probably feel some type of way just a little bit because it's just like, hello, not see me over here, you know. So like, so the person actually pulled me to the side. Not I ain't going. The person did not pull me to the side. The person actually confronted me and was like, so like you got everybody happy birthday and everybody don't know it's my birthday. Who fought that? Like, I don't even, like, what you want me to do about that? Like, because I'm not doing nothing about that. Like, I don't know what to tell you. But, you know, person, because I used to do business with this person previously, the person, every chance they got was bringing up that event, was like, yo, you know, you ain't say happy birthday to me. Are you dumb? I was the only, yo, when I say I was the only person there who actually tried, I had to try to care. Because I want people, like, if I don't want somebody to do something to me, I won't do it to them. But everybody else had collectively made up their mind that they did not like that person. Even though I understood everybody's reasoning why, I'm like, it's the person's birthday. Like, damn, like, don't nobody, like, at the end of the day, that person ended up falling asleep by themselves. So and I don't F the person not. So it is what it is. Everything happens for a reason. So there's a moral in there somewhere for somebody. So now, like I said, I brought the tarot reader, Miss Lilo Vanity, right? And the message where I was trying to onto the message, and I'm just like confused because it's like, why? Like honestly, why? So now y'all see, look at the difference. I put on birth, got my beads, my jewels, my pearls, a regular shirt. I got on a blanket shawl right now. Do you not see the difference? Let me stop. I ain't even trying to be fun. I'm so for real. And the reason why, like, my response is like this is because if you are an American Heritage Society supporter, you know I've already did tarot land messages talking to that woman. I actually did one message. I think I've done two messages on her. One message where I actually was told to give her a channeled message. And another message, the first one, where I confronted her and I in front of the whole YouTube platform to let y'all know that she gave previously, before I am who I am today as Multimedia 7, before I did my research, before I went to God and asked him for help on particular situations, I previously went to her, a reader, a channel message. I'm not going to channel message. I asked her a direct question. And not only did she lie, she falsely gave information to me that could have put me in doom. So even though I forgave her, even though I don't have to, in the Bible, I know people read your Bible, people be like, oh my gosh, you gotta forgive. You don't have to forgive nothing. God forgives. All right. If you have that conversation with God, you want to forgive a person, you can do that. I'm telling y'all, I have forgave her, but it's just certain things she be doing that just be like, yo, and I have not watched any of her readings since. Since I've done the channel, I have not watched her readings. But you know that terminology, a little birdie told. Like people in the spiritual community keep coming to me telling me like, hey, she talking. But now if I say something, then she looking how she look. And I be all I do is come on here. I do not when I do these zodiac sign messages. You gotta understand the zodiac sign messages are the embodiment of your birth chart. I'm not if I'm not privy to what your actual birth chart is. Let's start with that there. She was playing so much. I actually had to go look up her birth chart. I'm not ashamed to say it. Because if you can give me and you can falsely do that in the spiritual, I have the spiritual and physical right to go check your birth chart. I went and checked her birth chart. Coming to find out, she not even a Taurus. So them balloons you see she got up there, she looking how she look, and she got the balloons up there, and she don't look happy. Not her birthday. She is lying to y'all. Hence, the channel message. Someone almost died trying to with you. I have told y'all in the previous, go check the Taylor message if you even care. I told y'all in the previous message, after she gave me that false reading, all of a sudden she started having health concerns. And she's on her platform to say that the doctors could not even find what was wrong with her. She had to stop smoking. Remember what I said in the beginning of this message? The zodiac placement and embodiment in the weekdays. If you know, you know. She had to stop smoking because she didn't try to play on the top of God's chosen and anointed. I'm telling you, when y'all come on here as spirituals, this is not for play. We can joke, we can laugh. I think this person is actually a really funny person. That's one reason I had originally gravitated, like, for entertainment purposes, for comedy, good. For spiritual purposes, you're lost. You're lost. And it's not for me to like cast judgment on that person, but which I actually can. But like, it's never like malicious intent, like off the rip. It's never gonna be that. And it's like I just got dressed today. I'm just like, to be honest, I was just admiring myself, and I'm just like, dang, like I even look good with the scarf on this thing. And then here she come, keep popping up in the news feed. And it's just like, yo, I don't even watch your messages for you to even be popping up. Because honestly, God, even the platform though, I don't want that sad sack energy like going on. What she got going on? Maybe something going on behind the scenes. She probably talking to y'all about it. I'm not watching the messages. That just need to be said. But it correlated because I had to talk about that again because the channel message reads almost died trying to pretend they were you. Couldn't even find what was wrong with them. But the first solution they had was she was gonna stop smoking. And I personally know why that's so prevalent, but I'm not gonna say nothing. Blessings overflow in reverse as soon as I said that. Not for me though. Something going on with her and whatever. Take that message I made, how that correlates to you and your situation. So let's get into the Pisces 2D Dreamcatcher, right? One moment. So, to dream. So, all right, let me say this first. I have this gift in regards to foresight, in regards to dream life, in regards to, like, it is a gift passed on from my genetics and lineage. That was had. I did not have this dream. Somebody else had this dream. It was an Aquarius. An Aquarius had this dream, and they told me about the dream because I was in the dream. This is around the time. This dream is from around the year 2020. It had to be around 2020. Now, what? And all right, so something about having 2020 vision, 2020 lenses, something like that is very significant. Now, like I said, I have the dream of foresight, something about the clairs. If you're into all that, I don't know the exact terminology, But this person had a dream narrated to me, told me that I was in the dream. I have a pet peeve about that, but I'm happy the person told me because if you have a dream about somebody, and it's somebody if it's family, it's cool, especially if they tell you about it. If somebody in your family have a dream about you, that is a red flag. If you're not dating them, it's not your lover, nothing like that, and they have a dream about you, you need to be side eyeing that person, all right? No shade, but kinda. So this person came to me and told me they had a dream about me. And I had a pet peeve because no funny, no funny. Like, I prayed so I could figure out what was going on in this type of situation because people were coming to me telling me that they see a dream and I'd be flying. I've talked about this before. And I just be like, I used to be offended. I'm like, God, why are you giving me these like superhero supernatural powers and other people's dreams I ain't yet to see? I eventually seen myself flying in a dream. But I'm listening to them, I'm like, you see me like not like I'm mad at the dream. I was more like and then maybe it's like because I was just feeling like, yo, you go like you trying to end this. Somebody could be tag along. That was what I was talking about in the previous message, talking about polygamy needs consent, mentally the origin of its own religion. Go check that out. Go look at it. So maybe somebody is like trying to tag you along on something. Somebody trying to have you on their bandwagon. Somebody wants you to be a part of something because like I don't know, like because you can fly. In a metaphorical sense, like you go in places, like people know when your name is attached to something, it just gives it that oomph, like you know what I'm saying. So like, let me narrate. Let me tell. I'm gonna narrate y'all, and then you can decipher for yourselves, right? What I'm basically trying to say. So I have while I was talking about this gift I have in regards to foresight, and especially in the spiritual realm in regards to dreams. So when the person told me the dreams, I then had the vision while they were telling me about the dream, and I could see the exact dream, exact. I didn't know that was a gift at the time, but like now I know. And so all right, so the dream starts off on top of a building, huh? Huh? So in the dream, it was more than this going on, but these are the two or three main like groups, I'll say. So there's a Scorpio reference there. Police, FBI, SWAT team were chasing after this Aquarius. It was more than the police and SWAT team. Anything in correlation to that, it was done. Chasing after this Aquarius, right? And then Aquarius was chasing after me. That just let me know originally I had nothing to do with what happened with this like police chase. So there's something about police chase. And the person told me, so obviously I, I'm not gonna say concerned, but I was like, can you let me know why these people were chasing after you and why they were chasing after me? The person was like, well, come to find out in the dream, we were on the run. We? What do you mean we said we was on the run, refugees? Huh? What do you mean refugees? As soon as I hear refugees, the first thing I started thinking about, I'm not even trying to be funny. The first thing I started thinking about is Jews. I started thinking of camps and like stuff like that. I started thinking about that. Like what the heck? But the whole time I'm hearing this person tell me like, oh yeah, we was on the run, we was refugees, and no, you was on the run, and you was on the run. I was trying to get away. And the person said we was on top of a building. I'm like, what whole time? So you mean to tell me we were getting chased? So you know what's so interesting? Around the time frame, if I'm not mistaken, because I believe if it was the year 2020, that's during the pandemic, right? One moment. It was something that had locally happened. I don't know if this had anything to do with it, but there was something that had locally happened in the community where there was a man or men that was on the run. I guess they had a warrant for their arrest, and they had went into a particular building, and like the police had surrounded the building and like was like, like come on with your hands up and stuff like that, and they was refusing. They didn't blockade, they didn't took hostages, they didn't blockade the building from the inside, and it was like trending news. Everybody like, hey, what's going on? This person, one of the people who was inside the building, right? The person was jumping from the rooftops with a gun, like shooting. Like, it's not funny. It's not funny, but it's what in the action packed movie is you talk about? So like that's the first thing I can think of when I'm thinking like jumping off a. That's why I think of like you run from the cops, you jumping off a building. Like I don't know if somebody really got that going on, but stay away from me. Anywho, so let me get into the zodiac's embodiments and some sign in regards to this message. Libra, Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio, Sagittarius. Libra can do with the justice system, justice, particular kind of significant other. Aquarius can do with the future, premonition, sometimes a vehicle, sometimes we're not gonna put that. Taurus can do with the law. Obviously, same thing with Aquarius because those are authoritative figures, and then Scorpio, fraternities, groups, and stuff like that. That's kind of like what they had going on. Like it could be something like a group who came together to go after one person. Somebody could have been trying to go after you, or or make it seem like you had something to do with something, and you just trying to get away from this person. So this person chasing after you, like, help me. Okay, can you help me? Can you help me? What's his name? Boston Richie or something like that. If somebody could live in Boston, it could be something about a money endeavor. Ooh, I know what that's about, but I ain't gonna put that person business on her. Anyways, and then on top of a building, I'm hearing love on top. The one I love, you're the one I need, you're the only one I see. Come on, it's you. I didn't even that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, she can do all that. Her Mariah Carey, let them handle that. But this is not turned into an SNR. Maybe something going on with them. If I'm not mistaken, Mariah Carey is Italian, right? And it's so interesting because I did the channel a zodiac message actually. I don't know who I keep saying channel message, something about the channel message. So you go watch that polygamy needs consent message based on the book. So there's something about I was talking about one of the zodiac sign messages I just did. How there was a new local addition to a government figure of a township within the state that is from like a mob. He's a mob boss, and like he has a whole record of like doing stuff to people, and he just got appointed to be in office, and I was just like, wow, I mind my business. And then it's just like in the same week. In the same week, let me tell you what happened in the same week. That happened in the same week. A mayor from the same state got arrested, having to do something with the ICE detention centers, something about a peaceful protest that went wrong, and then also, the Pope was named from Chicago. It's like it's giving turn up energy. It's giving. You know what's funny because like I was talking to a Leo about I was talking to Leo about one of those situations. I think it was about the mob thing, and she was just like, "Yo, like he don't got no what's it called it prerequisites to be in the position he at." And when she said that, like it sounds so messed up. But I'm like, all glory be to God, cause no funny. Sometimes experience. Experience gonna get you where you need. Some connections gonna get you where you need, and that's just that. Like because someone of my age group, it's like as soon as you get out of college or you get out of you get your degree or diploma, you know these places want you to be hired at, or you assume you're going to be hired at. You need prerequisites, you need experience to have the job. You can't get the job unless you get the experience. You can't have the experience unless you get the job. It's just like, so when I situations like that, even though it do seem a little shady, it gives hope to the generation. I'm telling you, it gives hope to the generation that like regardless of wherever you come from, whatever you did, I guess you can somebody. It like because obviously he did something right to get to where he not. He must know something. It might be somebody. It might be a real shady person. I'm gonna just say it like that. It might be a person, either you, somebody you know, that made it worthy because of blackmail. Woo! Woo! Somebody got to where he is because of blackmail. But like I was saying, so in the dream, like the police was chasing this Aquarius, so this authoritative figure, and the authoritative figure was chasing another authoritative figure, and then the figure that had nothing to do with the situation, supposedly me, right, jumped off the building, butterfly wings, poof, just appeared, and then I just started flying away. I left the situation. I ain't left the person who said they had a dream. They said I left them. They said and when they said that, I'm like, I agree. They looking at me crazy. Like, no, like why would I want to be getting chased in a situation that got nothing to do with me? Like, no. And that's another situation too, because like, all right, there's a lot of stories I can tell. I'll tell my stories instead of like putting this person on blast. So, one moment. All I'm gonna say is there was a situation a few years back. I want to say maybe 2022. So now two, two, two. Something about the number two is very significant. Two has to do with partnership and value. Hmm. So it can be how somebody, a person. I'm hearing a person over another person. The value of something, like your worth or something like that. And then so maybe your worth in a partnership. It can be business or it can be like business platonic. Like maybe like I'll take them as down resumes. Anywho, I'm too deep into it. So 2022, a certain situation happened with this Aquarius, right? The type of person I am, even though I did not have to insert myself in the particular situation the way I did, I just knew, I just know that did not come try to help that person, you know, in the best way that I could legally. That person was going to make a terrible, terrible, terrible mistake. And when I arrived to that person, uh, I was right. Was going to do something really, really, really stupid. Even though they seem not to be in the wrong, that person was going to do something very, very, very stupid in their life because they wasn't using their head. They were so pumped. What's that word? Adrenaline. So I came to the situation, and it was so. The same day I reached a goal where I had just did a particular goal project, right? The same day, all this all this chaos was going on. And I'm just like, and it had nothing to do. But then there I was in that situation. Like I really could have avoided all this. I really didn't have nothing to do with this. I'm just trying to do what's best for the situation. But I learned since then, just focus on yourself first and foremost. If it does not concern you, you don't have to be a part of somebody else's chaos. Even if I'm sorry to say, even if potentially harm themselves, I'm not afraid to say that no more, because you'd be surprised how sometimes people don't mean to put you in harm's way, but you have to realize and understand. Don't save her, she don't want to be saved. Not like that, but it's like sometimes people don't know. Sometimes people just do not know what they get themselves into. As not what get themselves into, what they could possibly get you into. Person who had the dream said, I didn't grew butterfly wings and I flew away. And it was telling me the colors that was like my that. And it's so funny because I'm wearing this color of orange today. Now, orange is in abundance. You know, and when the person was explaining my wings in the dream, she was saying like they were colorful and stuff like that. The first thing I started thinking of was monarch, something about the monarch butterfly. If you want to know spiritual symbolism of that, you can go look at that on your own time. So there's a saying. from African folklore culture where they say you're growing wings. If an African person tell you that before they tell you you growing wings, that's not a compliment. But because I'm a new generation, I take that as a compliment. Because growing wings means you think you all that in a bag of chips. Oh, you acting different. That's what wings mean. Like, who do you think you are? Meanwhile, on a parallel, it could be like somebody ripped, like you think your don't stink. You know, so take that message how it correlates. Educate y'all. I like the whole heritage of everywhere and everybody. So the person told me once I flew off. I flew. It could be something in regards to some travel plan, but it's like by flight. Maybe like you may be vacationing somewhere, or you might be taking a trip or something like that. So fast forward. This person said after I like flew away, I ain't look back nothing. You might move the situation like like nah, like I'm good. You got it, you got that, you got that. I'm good. You know, somebody like somebody wanted you to chase them, and they end up trying to choose. Like what? But like all for the wrong reason. So like this person said once I start flying, this person then who had the dreams and they dream where I flew away from them. I think he was being chased by all these people talking about we was refugees. I was never refugees with you. This person said they didn't took off, try to fly. This person almost fell to their death. It was like it was so bad. This person almost fell to their death in the dream that I guess I had turned back around and like what's going on. They said they was having trouble trying to grow their wings and fly, and I was just like, dang. So what I was doing, like you was just still flying. I'm like, that's messed up. I was still going, like because it's like maybe it's something about like that story in the Bible. I forgot the person. I see in my I see in my I just see it. I see this meme. But what's it called? I saw this meme talking about this person, wife in the Bible, God told him if you turn back around, you're gonna turn into a pillar of salt. And I seen this meme online where they like this woman was saying, and that's around the time they were like very demure. So like you like see how I don't turn back around turn to a pillar of salt, very demure. Woo, you was just like, man, you better make you got you like you really don't want to see somebody fail or die or meet their impending doom. But it's like it is what it is. It's one of those situations. The person in the dream who had the dream, they said this how almost fell to their death, but they was struggling. They was struggling. Like somebody was struggling to try to be like you. They could have been going through like some really heinous in the background trying to imitate that they were like you, that they were like to you, that they were you, and it became hard for them for the upkeep of that. But they eventually found a way, and I never got the indication whether this person met back up with me to fly at the same rate. The weight was never like this person was behind me still flying to catch up. Make it because that tarot reader I mentioned before. If you do your research, because I keep saying she's not Taurus, right? She's an air sign. Maybe Aquarius is prominent in that birth chart, but I don't care. So there's another channel message. Something about if someone jumps off a cliff, do you follow? It's giving follow the leader. It's giving if I do something, are you going to do it? If they do something, are you going to do it? Are you going to follow somebody to their impending doom? Heck no. It's funny because somebody told me one day they were like, "Oh, you look like trouble," and it's so interesting because that's not the first time I've ever heard that, and I like was about to be offended by that, but then the person was like, "No, no, no, it's good trouble." So I was just, ah! Anywho's like, so there's something about gaining followers. Like, I don't, what in the Nazareth? I don't know. Like, this could have been about like social media or something like that, like popularity, like somebody have more followers than the next person, somebody was like doing everything they could with, but like it's all about the intent. You, if you're one of those people, you could have trying to like gain followers organically, like I does, or you know, because there are some people online that buy their views, that buy their I don't know how legal that is, you know, teachers on. So like it was like a competition for somebody. There go that energy again. So ironic that Aries was not mentioned, but Sagittarius was, right? Something about travel. Something about travel. Sagittarius is more of like the thinker. So somebody was thinking long and hard. While you was thinking long and hard about your goals and your plans, somebody was thinking long and hard like, how can I get more followers than them? How can I have more subscribers than them? How can I have more than them? And depending on what type of content this person, you know, I don't know, a model, influencer, or a social media guru or whatever, it is going to reflect on whatever they got going on. Something about starting trends, like you trends. Oh, you see that? Like you see, so you could be starting trends. It's like somebody is upset because you starting trends. They're like, oh my gosh, why are you thinking that? Oh my gosh, how do they think of that? Oh my gosh, how can I start trends? Like what? If you like everybody not trends, all right? Because somebody has to start something. You know, God gives people different ideas for a reason. There's reasons why like people can make a song and they just go viral, after, like just after like just doing it willy nilly, whatever. And then there's some people that could just make a TikTok and it just goes up willy nilly. Like you know, it's just you're starting trends. Somebody's just upset because they don't have the ability to start trends, but maybe they should look at their birth chart. Maybe they should have a talk with God and ask God as to why you know those things are not apparent in their life. So let's see. And the messages. I love my gifts of philosophy. It brings me pleasure. I ask and pray to God to receive what I need. What I just said. That was a spiritual message. What I just said. This person is upset. It's not. Philosophy has to do with air signs, Gemini in specific. Either this person don't got Gemini in their birth chart, or this person is either not loved by their family, friends, relatives like that. They try to take energy and project it onto you, and you don't got nothing to do with that. God mentions me in the best and greatest of places. Let me tell you, angel money, planning, organizing, directing, and control. Before I let me tell you, I was at this event, right? This was last year. I was at this event, and it was these two men talking, right? And it was really a bunch of men that was talking. A quick message. There's something about like you know what? I'm gonna wait to the message that I got coming up to even speak about it. So back on track to what I was talking about. So there were these men, these colleagues. They were all having like a group discussion. I didn't want to interrupt the while they were discussing because I felt like I should just stay in the ladies' place, no disrespect. So when I did feel like it was appropriate for me to join the group and you know conversate with them, or just you know like a lady, you know, sit and take a listen, see what they're discussing. You know, I was minding my business. Um, as soon as I came into the conversation, like I wasn't in the conversation, but as soon as I walked into the conversation, one of the guys, oh man, like my parents really look. These is grown men. The man was like, man, my parents really look up to you, man, and that's crazy because they don't even like me like I'm paraphrasing. They don't even like me like that for real. They don't believe in me like that, but man, they just see something in you and like the whole it's yo. It was kind of like a backhanded compliment. I'm not even gonna hold you. It was a really good compliment, but it was so backhanded from my perception because it was just like, damn, this guy is literally pouring his heart out, talking about like how his own don't like him, but they love this other person so much and basically wish that was they child. Like that's how that man was talking. Man was hurt, but he was trying to like not make it seem like had an issue, and I was like, dang, because I've seen that type of situation before. I understand that situation very much so, and like, dang, like he could have worded that differently. I don't know how he could have worded it differently, but if the perception of it was like, dang, he feels a type of way. I am an inspiration to myself and others. The ability to travel, something about Sagittarius. Inspirations. You might be inspired by somewhere that you travel to or visit somewhere by a Sagittarius, something that you was thinking about for a while. It just something just came to you. Managerial functions. You might be planning something at this time. Or you are planning something at this time. Thank you, God, for ensuring I'm skillful and straight. Amen. Like miracles everlasting. Something about a Pisces. It could be in regards to the music industry. It could be in regards to a Pisces. It could be in regard. I'm hearing Erica Badu. It could be in regards to SEX. Is inspiring somebody. Communication. Oh, my previous channel message. Polygamy needs consent. God gives me accurate intent. All right, y'all.